Welcome to Virtual Lab Experiments, Department of Physics, MJP Rohilkhand University, Bareilly. Good morning, everyone. This is Mohammad Noman, and the video is about majority circuits. The concept of majority is quite been old. People have opinion, and the opinion of the majority dominates, that is the vote above 50%. And we would be looking at the binary aspect of it during the presentation. But let me warn you that majority is achieved in many problems after crossing a higher mark like 67%, and the concept is no more binary. But let us start with the basics and look at some problem. It can be a yes and it can be a no, and there are yes and no's everywhere. So to save the world from this chaos of yes and no's, we came up with the concept of majority. A majority circuit is a circuit that takes n inputs and produces a high output or true value only if more than 50% of the inputs are in favor of the event and low otherwise. The majority function in Boolean algebra can be formulated based on the total number of possible votes. If n be the total number of votes, r be the majority function has r variables in each minterm depending on n. When n is odd, r equal to n plus 1 by 2. When n is even, r equal to n by 2 plus 1. Once we have n and r, the expression can be built. The total number of minterm in the expression are given by the combination relation NCR, which is equal to n factorial by n minus r factorial dot r factorial. Therefore, for 4 variables a, b, c, and d, majority is 3. The majority expression has 4 minterms, and we have the expression ABC plus ABD plus BCD plus CDA, or AB and C or D, or C and D and A or B. One may use his or her own wit to simplify the expression and build a combinational circuit. The truth table for a 4 variable majority circuit is as follows. We can see that whenever 3 of the inputs are in favor, we have a high output and low otherwise. Obviously, when all of them are in favor, we have a high output. This is the circuit diagram for a 4 variable majority circuit built using the basic logic gates. You may also construct the same with the help of universal gates. Let us implement the same circuit on electronic workbench 5.12. For that, we need basic components like the 5-volt battery. So here's the battery. Let's make it 5 volt. We need the ground and the 4 switches for 4 variables A, B, C, and D. So here are the 4 switches. We need the basic ICs. We are using AND gate IC 7411, that is 3 input AND gate IC, and OR gate IC 7432, that is 2 input OR gate IC. Here we are adding an LED indicator, red LED probe. Let's make the initial connections. The positive end of the supply to VCC of the IC, and ground obviously to the ground. Let me move the battery a bit. Okay, it's a bit neat now. So this is how we would be making the connections, and once the connections are complete, we have the circuit like this. Let's name our switches A, B, C, and D, which would be operated by the key A, B, C, and obviously D. Okay, the connections are complete, and you can see the connections, neat and fair. Let's start the circuit. Initially, all of them were at low, and you can see when three of them are high, we have a high output here and low otherwise. Again high when three of them are high, low when okay. So when three of them are high, we again have a high. When all of them are high, we have obviously the high. So this is the circuit, and the same can be used for the problem. Well, I have also made a 5 variable circuit for you. So here we have the 5 variable circuit, and you can see that the circuit is complex and there are a lot of connections here. Uh, 4 AND gate, 3 input AND gate ICs are used, and 2 OR gate ICs, that are 4 input OR gate IC. You can see how complex the circuit becomes when the number of variables increases in the problem. Let's start the circuit. Initially all of them are at low, so we have a low. Let's put any three of them at high, like A, B and C. We have a high here and a low otherwise. Again high when three of them are high, low otherwise. When all of them are high, obviously we have a high. So when all of them are high, we have a high output here. So the experiment has been implemented on Electronic Workbench 5.12, and the screen recordings of the same have been added. The results have been verified. The general expression for N, C, R, and M are result of original thought process developed during the project and are based on the general concept of majority. Majority circuits play an important role in industrial processes such as machine control. Certain parameters such as the pressure, temperature, etc. require at least a major number of inputs to be high to move to the next step. The valves of such systems are controlled by majority circuits. For example, if we have a system which is running on 7 valves and at least 4 of the valves are required to be active to move to the next step, we implement a majority circuit there, and in if any of the cases it's less than 4, the circuit shall stop working or the system shall stop working, and that's a great help. Majority circuits are subject to certain limitations. I have pointed two of them here. The first one is majority circuits require considerable amount of hardware for a large number of variables. As you saw during the presentation, when we moved from a 4 variable problem to a 5 variable problem, the number of hardware components required increased. This is because the number of min terms in the expression increased, as you can see from the combination relation. The second limitation is these cannot be manipulated easily for a change in variables. For example, you have a circuit for a 7 variable problem. You cannot use the circuit as such for a 5 variable problem because the majority is 4 in the first problem and 3 in the second problem, and we have to redesign the circuit. So this is all you have to learn about majority circuits. Try to implement your own circuit with the help of universal logic gates and see how it works. Thank you.